Hey everybody, it's Lo and welcome back to my channel. This video I'm going to share with you my favorite plastic-free items in honor of Plastic-Free July. So if you want to see that, then just keep watching. So we are a little over halfway through the month of July, which is also known as Plastic-Free July. And in honor of Plastic-Free July, it's a really good time to make those sustainable swaps, get rid of the single-use plastics, and just use things that are much better for the planet. Don't rely on petroleum-based products that will just end up in the landfill and never really degrade, and are better for your body because then you don't have to come in contact with these things that are toxic and have a lot of BPA or just like leach into your food. So overall, better for the planet and better for you. I want to share with you my top favorite reusable, eco-friendly, sustainable items. I have my top 10, and in each one it's kind of like multiple items. That way you can be inspired to make the switch yourself. And some of these have been seen before in my previous eco-friendly favorites videos. I haven't done one in a while, but I'll link all of them down below. And before even jumping into those, I just want to share a few Plastic-Free July facts. I've only been aware of it for the last few years, but it's been around for about 11 years. And in those 11 years, Plastic-Free July has reduced the global demand by 2.3% of all bottled water, so like plastic bottled water, 3.1% of all fruit and vegetable packaging, and 4% of all plastic straws. So although this is something that maybe a lot of people haven't heard of unless you really are in the eco-friendly and sustainable space, it is something that around the world people will do, and that actually does make a difference worldwide. I also want to throw out there that when it comes to making these sustainable swaps, not everybody needs to be doing it perfectly, because that does become that overwhelm and that there's so many things to do, and that if you're not doing everything perfectly, kind of like why try at all? So then people just stop and are like, whatever, I'll choose the easy route. So we don't need somebody doing it perfectly, we need everybody doing it imperfectly, because everybody doing a little something is better than you feeling overwhelmed and just not getting started at all. So every little switch and every little swap does matter, because it does become habit, and you do start to show other people that these swaps are possible and easy, and it will just grow from there. And I'm the first to say that even though I love sustainable products and everything, I even have my own reusable products line, I'm not 100% perfect, because life happens and sometimes you go and buy blueberries and they're going to be in a plastic little container. Don't have to be perfect, but just doing anything that you can helps. And kind of tying back to my reusable products business, that is number one, because it's going to be no eco-friendly favorites video without mentioning Rain, which again is my small business, Rain Reusables, where I have glass straws, bamboo straws, and even keep cups. So I have some of the keep cups, all the glass straws, bamboo straws available at rainreusables.com. You'll be supporting a small business, and these are super simple swaps that anybody can do. Even if not for me, using reusable straws, especially glass ones, because metal ones can tend to get a little icky or will burn you, because glass can be good for warmer drinks too, whereas metal can't, because it will conduct the heat. But going with glass is just better. It will 100% biodegrade and can be recycled. And I mean, look at how cute they are. And if you have kids, definitely getting the bamboo ones. They're naturally antibacterial. You get 6 in here. And I have had some comments where it's like, you know, $24 for a glass straw set. It's like, yes, but it's not on Amazon, so I'm paying for like the $6 shipping. You get free shipping, I'm paying for that. And if you do want a deal, I actually did just put Rain on TikTok Shop and on the Shop app. So on both of those, if you're using the Shop app, which is by Shopify, then you can use Shop Cash, get money off of your order. And if you're on TikTok, and this is also kind of like a subtle plug for work, if you've never shopped on TikTok Shop before, you can get 30% off of your first order. So I definitely recommend checking it out there if you are looking for a deal. And I do also do discounts and things throughout the year, so just following me at Rain every day, you'll be able to see that there as well. And with all this, I would love to expand hopefully into more products. So of course, the more of this that I can sell, the more it can help me expand into more products overall. And I don't know, maybe one day if everybody supports a small little business owner, I can take it full time. I can even take this full time if you give me a little subscribe, and then I can do what I love to do, which is environmentalism, sustainability, eco-friendly products, and just educating people on different ways to be sustainable and just live healthier lives overall, whether it's through fitness, nutrition, all the good stuff. So definitely check out my small business, and that's number one, Rain Reusables. My second plastic-free favorite, and I don't know if I've actually mentioned this on my channel or not, but it is Cadence capsules. So I got these maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, and they are little travel capsules that are made of ocean-bound recycled plastic. They're super cute. They magnetize together and they have little magnetic caps so you can swap out what you need. And these I absolutely love for travel because you're either buying the little plastic bottles that often you need to replace because they just don't hold up as well, or you're buying little travel minis which you use for your vacation and they end up in the trash, and all these little mini things are just more plastic that's going into the landfill. So using these is great because you can take your full-size products that you already have and put them into here. These are super, super durable. They're also really cute, which is a huge win. You can get them in different colors. You can get the different logos or different words depending on what you particularly need to pack. These are also the original ones, so they're all about like 0.56 ounces. They did just come out with more that are bigger, which I actually did order because I'm going on a longer trip in August. So I need a little bit more shampoo for this longer trip. That way I can wash my hair a few times during it. Taking these on so many trips. I also have like a little medicine one, which I put my medicine in. That way I can just like keep it in my purse. I love that they magnetize. They're super secure. So I'll share when I get the larger ones for my trip, but I'm just so excited to use those. And again, you can take your products with you, the products that you do like to use. You don't have to settle for whatever comes in those little travel minis, and it's something that is going to last you a really, really long time. And in the event that maybe they do crack or they do break, whatever happens, which I haven't had that issue yet, but I have seen a few people just like on their Instagram comments, you can actually just send them back and they'll do proper recycling since it is recycled plastic, and they'll deal with all of that for you versus you just putting it in the recycling bin and wish cycling and it probably won't actually get recycled. They'll handle all of that, and it comes in plastic free, eco-friendly packaging, carbon neutral, and you're saving plastic from ending up in the ocean. Another favorite of mine that is new because I was recently sent it maybe a month and a half or 2 months ago is this reusable dermaplaner from Leaf Shave. And it comes like this. It's a metal dermaplaner, so you no longer need the plastic ones. I used to get the little Tinkle razors, a little plastic razor ending up in the trash, ending up in the landfill just after a few uses too. So you're going through them, you always need extra, then they go too dull. So this one is a reusable dermaplaner, so it's all metal, so it's also super good. It like feels like a nice weight. You just replace the blade and like the little safety razor part, and they'll send you a little case too so you can properly dispose of them. That way when that little case is all filled, which is also metal, can just be put into the trash and will be properly recycled without anybody getting injured. So this is fantastic. This has been the same blade this last time though, because again, you just use the blade a few times before you should replace it. So next time I use it, I do need to replace the blade, but I really loved using it, especially because I've been lasering my face. I've been using this and it just looks really, really nice too. They have a ton of different like colors as well. So if you don't like the silver, you can get it in like chrome, black, something for everyone. They also have safety razors where again, you just replace the blade. I haven't tried those out yet, but so far I've been loving the dermaplaner. It is a little bit more on the pricier side, especially when you compare it to those Tinkle razors, which you can pay like 10 bucks and get like a pack of 5 for. But again, those are ending up in the landfill. This is a little bit pricier, but you're not having to repay over and over and over for those razors. And you start off with 10 blades, and as you go through them, then you just have to rebuy the blades, which are super, super affordable. Sticking with the bathroom theme, these ones I have shared before, but Bite toothpaste and mouthwash bits. I absolutely love using this, and they're plastic free because they come in these little glass containers. It's also on a refill system, and it comes in a little paper bag. You just refill your glass container. And what's great about these is that regular toothpaste, and especially mouthwash, is basically just water with like whatever added ingredients in there. So you're essentially like buying a tube of water plus things, and then it's also in that plastic packaging. There are different toothpaste brands in metal packaging, which I have used before, like David's toothpaste, but even that in the metal tube kind of like will start to crack sometimes. You get toothpaste coming out the side, and this is just so much better. And on top of that, because they're bits, they're so easy to pop into one of the little capsules. So in here, when I travel, my little toothpaste bits, just pop them in there, and it's so easy to travel with versus having to buy a mini little travel tube of toothpaste. And this is all natural ingredients too, so you're not paying for like fluoride or any of that other just like junk fragrance filler that is in regular toothpaste. So not only is it, again, better for the planet, but it's better for you because you're just getting like natural good ingredients, and it does a great job, as you can see. The mouthwash bits, same concept, really, really tiny. Bite it down, swig a little bit of water from the sink, and then boom, you got mouthwash. And again, it's coming in these tiny little bits. Like this little thing is a few months worth of mouthwash if you use it once a day, versus one of those big jugs, which might last you a month, and again is mostly water, is coming in a plastic container and is not easy to travel with. So like this is my little mouthwash one, super easy to travel with. And instead of fluoride, they do have some with fluoride if that's your vibe, but since it's in the water already, I'm kind of like anti-fluoride, it gives me a tummy ache, but it does have a natural fluoride alternative, which is called nanohydroxyapatite, or NHA, which is a non-toxic alternative that tackles plaque insensitivity. So I haven't had sensitive teeth with it, and I went to the dentist maybe like a month ago at this point, and she said my teeth look great. And lastly, while we're on the bathroom train, is I'm not going to show it to you, but it is my salt cup. I got this several years ago because I was like, I don't want to use tampons. One, they're expensive. The applicator is just plastic that's going into the trash. It's a lot of toxins. They do have like natural ones where it's like unbleached cotton, so like you're not putting out like all this toxic stuff in a place that's very absorbable, so you're not dealing with any of that. So that's why I bought it a while back. I believe I mentioned it in a previous eco-friendly favorites video, but then I stopped using it for a while because I got an IUD and I got really, really nervous about like the suction like ripping it out. So I was just like stayed away from it, and then my habits just kind of fell back into like tampons. They're easy, they're convenient in that way, although this is actually, I realized, because few weeks ago I was like, I need to get back on this train. I want to use it for when I'm away in Europe, that way I don't have to like carry a box of tampons with me or like change it out every 3 hours. This is just way more convenient because it can last 12 hours, 10, 12 hours depending. Also plastic free. Now you don't have to carry around a box of tampons, which are so expensive nowadays, especially if you do want to go for like the unbleached natural ones that don't have junk, which it's like, why do they have junk in it? And especially cotton, because they are all made of cotton, is sprayed with a lot of pesticides, because unless you're going to spend even more money, it's probably not organic cotton. And then there's also just like other things like plastic and toxin, like stuff that doesn't need to be in you in that way. So definitely going back to this, and once I was like got the hang of it again, since I hadn't used it in a few years, I'm once again hooked. Makes life so much easier, and now I don't have to worry about tampons or like bleeding through them or like having to switch it out every time I go pee. And it's just, it makes life good. So I'm really excited to keep using it in another few weeks, but definitely going to that and just trying it out. And there are other different plastic free alternatives out there that you can try out if maybe the cup isn't for you, but just trying out different ways to cut out all of that stuff. Because like, just think about the amount of applicators that end up in the trash and end up in the landfill, and they're just gonna be like sitting there, and then multiply that by like literally every single woman. That's a lot. My sixth favorite is actually 2 items, but I've kind of bunched them together as like laundry favorites, and both of these I have talked about before, and I even have a whole video I'll have linked down below. When it comes to the washer, it is the Earth Breeze laundry detergent sheets, which are plastic free. You just take a sheet. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to rip it up. Rip it up if it's a full load, or you can just use half a sheet if it's a smaller load. Put it into, I have a front loading washing machine, so I like pull out the little drawer, put it to where you would normally put liquid detergent, and because it just like is pumping water through that anyway, it liquefies this, and it's plastic free, and it gets your clothes just as clean. I get the fragrance free ones just because I do have sensitive skin. I am intrigued to try the scented ones just to see if my skin will react to it at all. It probably wouldn't, just because it does say that they have like natural fragrances, and it's not like toxic perfumes and phthalates being put in there to make it smell good. So I am intrigued, but for the most part sticking with the fragrance free ones. And look how slim they are. Like this whole pack is 60 loads of laundry and just slides perfectly in the closet where I keep all of like the laundry stuff, and it doesn't take up a ton of space, versus a big plastic jug of laundry detergent, which similar to mouthwash or a tube of toothpaste is like 95% water, and then the cleaning stuff, the detergent and stuff. Whereas this, similar to the mouthwash bits, it just takes that water out of it, because you're gonna be putting water into the washing machine anyway, so like why add water to water? Save the water, save the plastic jugs, and use some of these. And after you've washed with your washer sheets, you can pop them in the dryer with your wool dryer balls. So it comes, this little pack comes with 6. 2 of them I just leave in the dryer. These ones are so cute. And the texture of wool will naturally get rid of the static in the dryer versus using a dryer sheet, which is actually just a lot of plastic with all of like the chemicals and stuff put in it. And then when you're tossing that around, it's releasing those stuff that makes your clothes soft or appear to be soft and static free, but it's also releasing microplastics. And then at the end, you just have this little flimsy used dryer sheet, which is essentially just plastic mesh that you toss into the trash can and ends up in the landfill. So using this is natural. So not only are you not using plastic, but you're also keeping all these toxins and just like gross stuff off of your clothes that you're putting onto your body. For the most part, actually like air dry a lot of stuff just because it helps with the longevity of clothes and so things don't shrink. But when it comes to like PJs, things that are like cotton and like do fine in the dryer, or like towels, sheets, then those try to tumble low just because that's more energy efficient, and then use these. They also help things dry faster, and if you are like me and you're using fragrance-free washing things but you want to have like a nice good smell from your clothes when you pull them out of the dryer, what I like to do is just take some drops of essential oil like eucalyptus or lavender, put some of the drops on the dryer balls, and as they're being tossed around, it won't get like the oil onto your clothes, but that fragrance will get onto your clothes so that when you pull them out, they smell nice and fresh like whatever essential oil you put on them. So really up to you. You can like make your own little concoction that you toss into the dryer that your clothes smell exactly how you want in a very natural way, which again is plastic free, good for the planet, good for you, good for your skin, especially if you're like me and you have super sensitive skin. Another thing which is new to me and is more paper free than plastic free, but it does really help in using like no more pens that have to be replaced or lost or get broken, and pens can't really be recycled because they're such a small plastic that are also made up of like different plastics. When you get like the ones with like the cushiony little tip, all these little different bits would have to be separated. So it's something that if you put it in the recycling bin will be wish cycled and not actually get recycled, just tossed into the landfill. And then when it comes to notebooks, well, a lot of them are like 100% paper, and you can find like a good like sustainable like FSC certified notebook. Some of them, like the really nice ones, have like that plastic cover on them. So again, that's just plastic. But one thing that I've been using, and this Austin started first while he's been studying, but as I've been studying for the NASM nutrition certification, this is just like a PDF download of the book, and I put it onto my iCloud, popped it onto my iPad, and then I've been using the Notability app. And there are other like note-taking apps that you can use, but Notability one we found to be like really, really good. And now I can have all of my notes in here without having to use paper or plastic pen or any of these like little things. It really just takes like, and you can have like so many notebooks and like all these things on the app. So it really just takes like the notebooks and all the stuff on your desk and like condenses it down to one app. And just like for me, it's also like less stuff to worry about. Everything's all in one place. It can all be saved. You can also have like auto update and save to Google Drive. That way you can access it there as well. And I've just been loving using it. And instead of writing in pen and making a mistake and having to like use whiteout, erase it, move things about, make things smaller, make things bigger, take screenshots and add photos in. Like there's so many just like fun little features. Plus you are saving plastic. So that's like a fun little one. A little bit more of a stretch when it comes to like reusable, sustainable, plastic-free items, but overall just like such a fun little life hack that if you do need a bunch of notebooks for things, just something for work where like you can write stuff down, I highly recommend checking out one of those apps. And then the last few items are all kitchen related. So number 8, I believe it is reusable water bottles. Love my Hydro Flask, especially for the gym because it's just a much bigger one. And then of course my Lark, which is great because it fits in the car cup holder, does the auto cleaning so you don't have a smelly water bottle. You can also get the one with the filter, that way you can just like filter everything as you sip through the little straw that it comes with. So loving this so far because when I am stuck here in my office, kind of annoying to have to go all the way downstairs and make sure the fridge is filled up. I fill up my water, come all the way back. For this, I can just like go to the bathroom and fill it up in the sink. do the little sanitizer thing, and I have some fresh clean water, and it tastes good too. It doesn't taste like I'm drinking sink water, like it actually tastes filtered and clean. So absolutely love using this. But of course the Hydro Flask is a super affordable, easy way, and this I still absolutely love for those days that I just need more water. Number 9 is also a kitchen favorite of mine. I actually had a lot of kitchen favorites that I was thinking of, like, oh, the little reusable cotton paper towels that I love, and I'm like, but that also replaces more paper than plastic. So I was really trying to think, like, what is my favorite? And one of them are the reusable beeswax wraps. These are essentially just cotton that is layered with beeswax, so that way when you warm it up, it replaces all of the plastic, just like saran wrap that only gets used once, really can't be recycled because it's so thin, and then gets like food contaminants all over it. Plus, having that on your food is just not good for your food. It's leaching BPA and just other toxins into your food that you're going to eat, which also leads into just the amount of microplastics that we consume. So these are just a super simple way to replace plastic wrap in your kitchen. Plus you can get them in like really cute designs. These ones my sister bought me from the brand Be Kind, and I absolutely love them. There's so many designs. They come in different sizes too. So like when I only eat half of a cucumber, I can literally just like take the small one and just like warm it up or wrap it around, use them as like a little sandwich wrapper. And as I mentioned cucumber, I also should have added to this little category the food huggers, which I also love. I just use those on everything, like half of an onion, pop that on there, a bell pepper, orange, especially lemon, because like we'll go through lemon a lot. So like once we use half, pop the other half in the food hugger and leave it in the refrigerator. They also have the avocado ones, which like I literally just used, and it's just really good. It keeps all of your food fresh and clean without getting in contact with these toxins or single-use plastics. Finding fun little storage items like this that can be really cute to add to your kitchen essentials, use them in the drawer. And not only are you having a eco-friendly, reusable, sustainable kitchen, but you're having like a nice little cute little aesthetic one too. And last but not least is another kitchen fave, glass containers. So I love my Pyrex. I have all these other ones that stack. They are great for storing your food in. Again, much better than plastic containers, especially if you meal prep or just like make extra and store some leftovers, because the plastic ones, like saran wrap and everything else, will leach those toxins into your food. You really shouldn't microwave them, and you also shouldn't put them in the dishwasher, because the heat will make all those toxins release faster and also get more microplastics and all of that into the water system. So you can't really, if you do use the plastic ones, you really shouldn't do much with them. Again, shouldn't microwave, shouldn't dishwash them. So where's the benefit besides the fact that they're super cheap and are just like everywhere? Investing in some good quality pieces that won't crack like the plastic ones. They're so durable. They can be put in the dishwasher. They can be easily cleaned. Like they won't absorb like stains or any ick like the plastic ones would. You can microwave them. I also have some that are rectangles with little dividers if you take them to work and want to like separate your food up a little bit. And also just other containers that you get too. Pickles that come in these jars are just like really great ways, especially like even pasta sauces, really good things to just easily clean. And if you do want to recycle them, awesome, because it's glass and it will just take the metal lid off. That way you don't cause more work and it becomes wish cycling. But these are really good options to take to reusable and refill stores. Fill up jars like this with their roasted nuts, some rolled oats. That way I can make myself oatmeal without going to Trader Joe's or Sprouts or wherever and just getting a bag of oatmeal that I'll use. And then what do I do with that thin flimsy plastic bag? Can't be recycled, and it's just so much easier, and it's actually really affordable to go and get things refilled and pop in these glass jars, because you are buying it in slightly smaller amounts unless you have a larger jar. It also means that your food is going to be fresher versus buying that big old bag of oats that's going to stay in your pantry for a while, and by the time you get to the bottom of it, probably not as fresh versus having a smaller amount, going through it every few weeks and then refilling it. And then it's not in plastic, you don't have to worry about plastic, and you're also supporting a business and putting your money in a place that is really good by supporting these reusable shops and saying, like, you know, vote with your dollar, and this is good and this is what I want to see more of. So there you have it. Those are all my favorite plastic-free, reusable, eco-friendly, sustainable items in honor of Plastic-Free July. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what your favorites are and what else you want to see here on my channel. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe. I upload a new video every other Wednesday. So until the next one, thanks for watching.